Welcome back to All Hitches, Nova's favorite girls flag podcast.
Possibly.
Well. We've been waiting for this one for a while. I can't wait to talk to Tom Horn about this.
So the rumors are true. We got a kind of confirmation that things are building, but
things are cooking. Things are cooking.
We may have a brand new football league this year in good old Fairfax.
And part 3, like you said earlier, you got Rocky 2 was good. Rocky 1 is a classic. Rocky 3, a lot of people love Rocky 3, and this is the Rocky 3 of our Tom Horn interviews. Feel good movie, and it's a feel good story. Him talking about what the county's doing to make girls flag football happen.
Yeah, and there's going to come an event that we'll talk about too on June 7th with the Commanders going to be out there for all high school age girls.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
At Woodson High School.
Woodson High School will be the site for the entire county. Yeah. And any high school girls come on down and learn a little flag football, which is such a great sport. Yeah. We'll get into this in a little bit and we'll talk about it. But first, I want everyone to kind of check this out. Tom Horn's going to kind of break it down. All right, he's going to break down, and who better to break it down than the head of athletics and activities for Ferris County, Mr. Tom Horn. Here we go. So this is a fun one now. This is a fun one. We're going to talk about football expansion, which I love. We're talking about girls flag football. And I know Mace is really excited about this one.
I am. I've been looking forward to it. Dash has my daughter in his class, of which I walked into class once, and my daughter was breaking down the 49ers draft picks, watching film on them. She loves football.
That's bonus points in my class. That's bonus points.
And I've been really excited about it just because California, where I'm from, it's now a full state championship level. They have championships there. I think Texas, same thing. So and I've heard the rumor is that it may be coming to FCPS, and we want to know if you could talk a little about that. I don't know if it's still under lock and key. You can't talk about it, or what you can say about it.
Well, I appreciate that you said it was a rumor, right? I appreciate that you didn't say it's happening. I'm thrilled to talk about it, and then I'm going to give you as much context as I can because we are in a state of catch up and flux right now with this new activity. So I think there was some thought, some hope that the Virginia High School League would sanction it first. And if you're an old FCPS head and you're like, the FCPS regulation very specifically says the only sports we have in FCPS are VHSL sanctioned sports. And then we have the Exec crew and rifle and whatever else we added. But it says FCPS doesn't add sports that aren't sanctioned by the league. I've attended lots of meetings where the league has talked about it. I've attended meetings where the league brought the Commanders in and talk about expansion, and it just hasn't gained the traction. It's one of those, can you go first so that the league can follow, but nobody can go first because the league needs to go first. It's hard to get a new thing started. Girls wrestling, great example though of the high school league didn't sanction girls wrestling before we did, right? We FCPS said it's not going to grow. And this is from our coaches. Our coaches in the wrestling community are amazing at program building. And they said to us, it's not going to grow until girls have their own opportunities. So we jumped ahead, fully funded it, put it out there as a new program in advance of the state sanctioning it as its own program. And we had a great first year of that last year, right? And it's going to continue to grow under the direction of our amazing coaches. So the league didn't sanction girls flag football, right? So that's a truth. But the Commanders are still absolutely intent on bringing girls flag football to Virginia public schools. And it's sort of if you don't get in with and I'm not saying this is the way they phrased it, but this is the way it feels. If you don't get in on the first round, boy, you're gonna feel bad if Prince William and Loudoun and Richmond and Arlington and Alexandria and Stafford, every Fauquier County's talking about it, right? If everybody else is doing it and you're the one sitting out for whatever reason, it's not going to feel good. So there's a little bit of pressure to get on right now. And you guys watched the budget presentation. I'm sure that when you're not doing your podcast, you're watching the 9-hour FCPS school board meetings, right? this isn't a great budget year, and you also know that at no point did you see any documents that said we were funding girls flag football. So here's what we have: is we have an opportunity through the Commanders, right, to partner with minimizing some of the costs of a new sport, and we have a desire stated from our superintendent that we believe exists in the community level. So we have an opportunity and a desire, so we got to explore it, right? Like that's our role as professionals. If our kids are interested in something and we have an opportunity to get it going, let's get it going. It comes at a great burden to our school-based staff to implement a program with no allocated funds. It's going to come at great, work effort on our office to be able to figure out how are we going to pay for buses, how are we going to pay for officials without taking away from existing programming. Who can we get to partner with us to help minimize some of these things in addition to the Commanders? Because the Commanders are not willing to write us a $500,000 check, like it would cost to run a program fully funded. They should be willing to, but they're not willing to. So if Dan or anyone on the Commanders is watching your podcast, I hope they know we're still open to accepting it if they offer it, right? So here's where we are, Mesa. We have a desire and an opportunity to get this going, but we're exploring the best ways to do it, given the constraints we do have: fiscal constraints, the field allocation constraints, the existing staff constraints, right? If we add another activity, we're putting a burden on the athletic trainers to cover more stuff. Again, they'd love to do it, but it's still something we have to factor into the whole math. So there's a commitment to making this happen, but making it happen within the confines that we have. So we don't know what it's going to look like today, right? So when we rolled out, boys volleyball a year ago, for instance, we knew what the constraints were. We knew what the resources were. So by this point last year, we could roll out, this is what the schedule looks like, and this is how much money we have for coaches, and this is where your uniforms are going to come from. And it was a well-defined plan. Well, girls flag football is going to have to be a little bit different because we don't have the money, right, set aside today. So here's how we're starting it. We partnered with the Commanders to run a free clinic in June. And I know that we have dozens of girls around the county already signed up, and we haven't really hit the full court press on it because you guys know teenagers, they might not be willing to commit today, but we'll keep pressing, right? And we'll keep promoting. So we expect it to be really well attended. And we're also hoping that we get people who are interested in coaching to come to that clinic, see what it's like, get the kind of the juice going. People get excited about this new opportunity. And then we'll build it as we get closer. And if I had to say today, hey, how's this going to be built? Well, look, we're going to be mindful of the additional stresses on our facilities, right? Fields. We're going to, make sure that we protect existing programs, field hockey, football, community users, et cetera. We're going to be, cognizant of the additional strain on the DSA's office for game coverage and practice allocations, all that stuff. But we're going to create a program with all of those things in mind that gives girls an opportunity to experience a brand new sport. As long as we can get I'm going to have to call them volunteers today. And you guys have been around long enough to know too, that we don't have volunteer coaches in FCPS. So this is going to be a challenge, but we'll figure something out. But we're going to bring girls flag football to Fairfax County. We're going to hope we have tons of kids interested. We're going to hope that we have people who are willing and capable, role models who will coach our teams. And we'll have an experience that will give us some background on how to do it better when the high school league does sanction it. And I think we're probably a year away, maybe two, but definitely, one, it would be my hope, but worst case scenario, 2 years from the league sanction. And once the league sanctions it, then it all changes, right? Then, you're playing a specific schedule against certain teams and you're trying to make a state championship. For this fall, I think what you can expect is some I'm going to call them jamboree style flag football dates. We'll move around the county to minimize the number of nights at any one school type of thing, play as many games as we can, and then keep a record and, bring teams together for a championship type event. Like that's just, again, none of this is written down yet because we got to build it as we get new information, but that's kind of where I'm seeing it could go. If we can get, folks like you who might be interested in supporting it, and I hope there are at least 24 folks out there who are fans of your podcast, who are not currently coaching another sport. Because we don't want to deplete the very good programs we have to start a new one. That would defeat the purpose, right? We want to add to the assets that we have and add to the programs available to our kids. And if there are at least 24 more of you out there who would be willing to coach this program, then we're off to a flying start.
Well, I think at least for myself, I can talk about my own motivation of like I mean, we talked a little bit off camera that I'd be willing to coach. I think it's awesome, especially for someone who's been coached as long as I have. You know, I never thought I'd be able to coach my daughter in high school football. You know, I just my daughter's not my daughter is likes to play, but you know, I never thought I'd get that chance to do it. But I think giving the opportunity to coach some of these girls, and there's lots of girls out there, you know, Coach Dash has talked to them before, who love football. Who love football, who never thought they'd get the opportunity to play. And I think you'd be able to find enough coaches, I think, who could see that with the girls. And the other thing that I think I talked to Dash about this before, coaching girls flag football, I thought to myself, it's really might be one of the purest things you can do at high school, because there's no scholarship. There's no anything, right? All those things.
Not yet. There's going to be an Olympic sports soon.
But those girls coming out there are playing just because they want to play football.
It's
right?
fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. They'll be able to enjoy it. So I think that, you know, anybody who has opportunity to that, I think would be a really cool thing.
I'm gonna say you got us. We're buying it. We're buying in. Yeah, we're excited about it. I told you even before having this conversation, right? I mean, Mason and I have been talking about it, and so yeah, we're gonna talk. Now we got to kind of the green light, at least for the first step, right? The June event. You know, we got a few weeks here, so we're gonna start promoting it. We'll start promoting if we have the green light from you for the June event, to, you know, get as many people out there. And I know we've been pushing it just at our school. And I mean, we probably have close to 30, you know, already, and not even pushing it that hard, because we were waiting for this conversation to make sure we were good to go.
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, the free clinic that's put on by the Commanders is at your school at Woodson, right? So that should help draw some Woodson girls there. But yeah, again, this is going to take, you know, everything takes a village. That's the old saying in education. This will truly take a village, right? This is a big lift. New program without a base, right? You know, when we had a boys volleyball, for instance, the boys volleyball community already existed, right? When we made a call for volunteers, I mean, there was no shortage of people who are willing to get this thing up and going. I mean, we had a list of 60 qualified and willing coaches before we even said we're going to have boys volleyball, because the community people owned it. And that just doesn't exist today, right? Like we're going to start this totally from scratch. So my suggestion, my hope is that because of this and because of other efforts, is that folks like you will go to your DSA and not design the program for them, right? Because there are constraints here, right? And they've got a lot of parts to move. But to go to them,
I got some great ideas. For them.
How can we support you? We're here when you need us, and we're willing to coach, we're willing to organize, we're willing to promote. Let us know how we can support you. And if we can get that going at 25 schools, what a victory.
Oh, I agree. And I think one of the things that people are going to find out, flag football, there's rabid coaches, players. You know, one of our coworkers, his daughter plays, and I mean, he's traveling, he's going out of state. I mean, they're going to find out that because it's football, that kind of makes up for the time that volleyball had, because, you know, in America, football is king. And whether it's flag or not, two-hand touch or tackle, they're going to find out that the numbers are going to be there.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think where it has been added, you know, there may be a trading off of athletes in certain places, but I think the net gain for kids participating overall is still a positive in every division that's added, right, around the Commonwealth, right? Again, you might take a little of this, you might take a little of that, but the overall is that we have more kids participating in sports. And as someone who committed their whole life and professional choices to be in this industry, that has to be our ultimate goal, right? And again, I understand how difficult this is for our DSAs, our assistant DSAs, our athletic trainers, you know, to add an activity and not fall under the same rubric, the same funding model. Like, this is new, and I get it. And they're great professionals, and we're going to figure out a way, but we will need lots of help. You know, sometimes community members are you know, you kind of, not that you give them the Heisman, but you're like, hey, listen, we got this. We have a plan. We have a program. We have systems and processes. With girls flag football, we will be more embracing, right? Like we can't do this without help.
Now, this is the one thing I'm going to say. This is the one tip The one bit of advice, and I actually jokingly, I think I mentioned this to you when I saw you a few months ago during the football season. And I know you guys got a million things to work out with it. I realize that. The one thing I'll say, because I've been talking to some of the girls at our school, high athlete, top level competitors, right, in travel soccer and travel basketball who want to play. Issue being, right, and I don't know how you guys can end up going with it, but their fear is that I hope it's not on a weekend because they want to play. And so I would say, and I know you guys got to work your thing out, but you have everyone kind of on board, community members too, you're looking at Mr. Friday night over here, me and Mesa. You got everyone at the community in the communities there on Friday nights. I think people would come out an hour, 2 hours earlier on Friday nights at whatever given communities, right? Or we're hosting an event or whatever. I'm going to be there anyways at 7. I'll be there at 5, for the awesome, opening event, and the girls will play under lights, or you wouldn't even need lights at 5, but where I'm going with it, just to have the kind of preliminary event with a crowd and audience, and you'd already have that influx of school personnel and people who are planning on being at the school anyways on that Friday evening. And they don't have very many, travel things going on a Friday night.
Hey, solution oriented. I mean, literally everything is on the board, and that is on the board, right? That's the solution. I think, you did a great job tying it back into what I said we got to find a way to minimize the burdens when we don't provide any resources. And that's a way. And if that can be worked out, I do think one of the challenges in year one with that approach will be, we won't be starting girls flag on August 4th when we start boys football. Right. And part of that is just schools will need time to ramp up, build interest and all that kind of stuff. So it might not quite align schedule wise, like we would want it to. But what a great community event if we had every kid who plays football playing in front of the same crowds at the same times. It would be great. So
yeah, it'd be amazing.
It should be on the board. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm excited. I know Mace's excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was informative, man. This was awesome. We've been trying to get you on for a long time. We've been talking to your agent. We had to pay the big bucks. We did.
I am a tough negotiator.
Lee Steinberg called us.
I had, you guys are sports fans, so you're going to kick out of this. I had an opportunity to meet David Falk when Michael Jordan's agent, when I was in law school. And I was into sports. I was in law school. I was like, I could be David Falk. 15 minutes later, I was like, I cannot be David Falk. I need to find another career path.
Wow. Yeah, he was the man. That's when he was probably at Octagon, right? Locally.
He was, and he was actually doing a sports law thing at Lansdowne out in Loudoun County, and it was sort of a small attended legal session. So I had like 15 minutes of FaceTime with him.
Oh wow!
And like I said, I had my resume in my bag. I mean, I was ready to go, and then I had 15-minute conversation with him. I was like, I'm not him. I'm not a salesman. I'm not. This is different. So I needed to go somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys are wheels and dealers, man. Those guys, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Tom, we appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else, for the good of the cause that you want? I mean, I know girls flag was a big one, but anything else you want to promote countywide? And we got playoffs coming up.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, thanks for giving me that platform and like the opportunity to kind of end it. I promise this will be as brief as I am capable of being. And I know you guys have the ability to edit, so I don't feel bad about going.
No, you're good. It's all good.
This has been a tough year for a lot of folks connected to athletics. We've had a lot of challenges. We've had new programs were added. Things were different. I'm new. And I couldn't be more grateful for the coaches we have who commit themselves every single day to whatever program they're running. And we really do have some amazing professionals mentoring our kids. And that's the purpose of this sports program that we offer, right? Is to give kids an opportunity in a safe place to grow through something really hard, really challenging, right? Like, have you ever been through a summer football session with Coach Taylor at Fairfax? It is not easy, but we hope to give those opportunities so kids can grow, right? Under the direction of great people. And we have so many of them. And I'm so grateful that they have stuck with this through difficult years, through challenging times. The DSAs and the activities offices, with all of the new demands on them, they have stuck to the mission, which is to provide great opportunities for kids. And I know how challenging new programs is. I know how challenging that their world has become. I know how much pressure there is from the outside, and club sports and travel sports and transfers and kids looking for instant gratification, and more importantly, parents looking for it. And I'm just grateful for the professionals that we have. And I'm grateful for you guys for giving those professionals a platform where they can talk about how passionate they are, because there is value in education-based sports. And I know and it's different, and it lives in its own space. And the more we can promote it and the more we can talk about what kids get out of it, the more we can protect it, because I think it's worth protecting.
That's awesome.
Wow. Well, we appreciate the kind words, Tom. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us, man. But again, we appreciate you coming on today, Tom. We really do.
All right. I look forward to maybe another invite. Depends on how many clicks we get, how many views we get.
Oh, we're going to get a lot.
I have a feeling we're going to do pretty good. We're going to do pretty good. And maybe at some point when Girls Flag is kind of off the ground, we can kind of revisit things and talk about it.
Absolutely. I would love to schedule late July, early August, kind of a pre-school year kind of thing, see where we are.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
And catch up on how this new transfer microscope is actually impacting our families and kids too.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. All right, Tom. We'll see you soon, buddy. Thanks a lot for joining us.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care. All right. Welcome back. And that was awesome. I'm excited for flag football. And let me tell you something. I think there's a lot, and I said it to Tom, and I think there's a lot of girls in Fairfax County. There's people want flag football.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, like I agree because I have one who's currently resides in my house who is fired up about flag football. She's got a fever, and the only cure, it's not more cowbell, it's flag football.
It's flag football. She loves flag. Look, I mean, there's travel leagues going in the Olympics, like we said. I mean, it's a big deal. And I'm glad Fairfax County is jumping right in, and with this. Now, obviously, they're going to kind of feel it and see what, how the interest. I think if sold right, marketed correctly, you got a couple of weeks now till, several weeks till June, 7th or whatever. I think you're going to get a lot of people there. They're going to want to come and check it out. And you got a Commanders event. You got, celebrities coming out there. Your All Hitches host will be out there checking it out.
Yeah, we will be there.
Now, it's an early event. You have the flyer.
I believe it is at. Hold on, I have it right here. Just give me a second.
You have it, and we're going to be promoting this a lot in the next coming weeks. But I want to make sure I have the time right.
Let's see here. I'm looking for the text message. Just give me a second here.
I am seeing Paul Simon at Wolf Trap that day. I'm a Paul Simon guy.
It is 9 to 11:30.
Perfect. The Paul Simon concert is not at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
it is in the evening. So that is
9 to 11:30. If you come on out, bring us some Texas donuts.
Love Texas donuts. Who doesn't love Texas donuts? Who owned by Woodson family, the Parks. Yeah. Good people. All right, look, I love it. I'm excited that this county is doing this, and the Commanders are doing this. I think it's going to be good. We're going to be promoting the heck out of this over the next couple of weeks. So if you're watching this and you have a daughter, a niece, someone, neighbor, who's that age group, high school age group that is interested. And the beauty about flag, and I wanted to say this earlier, it's also a supplemental sport. It's also, hey, I'm a basketball player. I'm a soccer player. Oh, but I got time to do a little flag like one day, 2 days a week, and it's fun. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I can still do my main sport.
Absolutely.
That's why flag is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
So, all right. Well, thanks to Tom Horn for all these interviews. We made 3 shows out of it because it was so long and so informative. We wanted to get everyone kind of get that information. Yeah. And early vote for guest of the year.
I think so.
Maybe.
And hopefully it's not and my guess is he might be our first repeat guest.
Oh, you're not counting the Adam Schefter of NoVA, Carl Frederick.
I don't know. I feel like Carl's like
almost like a co-host at this point.
Like he's like a special one, right?
Yeah, he is. He's the Adam Schefter of NoVA.
Adam Schefter of NoVA, right?
Yeah. Have we had Voss on a couple times? We had Voss on.
Yeah, I've had Voss on a couple times. Yeah.
But you're in good, in rare air. Talking about Adam Schefter of NoVA, you're talking about Voss, talking about Tom Horn. These are Hall of Fame Northern Virginia people, good people, good people.
Maybe they'll go in the All Hitches Hall of Fame.
Yeah, all Hitches Hall of Fame, celebrity deli for everyone. Instead of wearing yellow jackets, you wear a celebrity deli like just like a bag kind of wrapped over you. All right. Well, that was fun. And we'll do it all again soon, but I don't know how we're gonna be able to top this one.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one.
All right. Well, from Dash and Dan, all Hitches. It's been fun. See you guys next time.
See ya.